up on Mountain News this morning, we'll tell you how the spread of the novel coronavirus is causing trouble for some families here in the United States who are trying to adopt a child. And we go to Floyd County, where we talked with those who knew the couple accused of abusing their adopted children.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is 6:34 on February 27th. I'm Madison Program, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News This Morning. It's almost Friday. It's your Thursday. You're almost to the weekend, but be prepared. Grab that coffee because it is chilly outside. Let's go to Brandon Robinson. Brandon, it's cold. There is snow falling across the region, and some schools are out. So happy Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of got a little bit more slippery on the roads than we expected this morning. We knew there would be some slick spots, but lots of areas reporting several problems this morning. So let's take a look and see what's going on live pinpoint Doppler radar. It's not really the snow. It was the moisture and the freezing on the roads that's causing the big issue. Most of the accumulating snow in the higher elevations are close to those there above 2,500 feet. And some, of course, the areas in the valleys just below those higher elevations got some too. But for the most part, here in Hazard, we didn't hardly have anything on the grass. And I've seen other reports from other areas that basically saying the same thing. Winter weather advisory continues until 7 here, about 25 more minutes for Harlan and Letcher counties in Kentucky, and until 10 for Wise, Buchanan, and Dickinson counties there in southwest Virginia. Temperatures in the mid to upper 20s and low 30s across the area. When you factor in the wind chill, it's getting a little bit better, but still teens in a big chunk of the region there, including 19 in Monticello and Harlan and 15 in Pikeville, Wise. 12 is what it feels like in Logan. So max warming needed this morning, and we're going to continue to see that. Grab yourself some hot coffee on your way out the door, because these snow showers are going to continue for a little while longer, and then skies will gradually clear out to sunshine later today, and temperatures only in the upper 30s. So keep those jackets around as well. I'll have the rest of the forecast coming up here in a little bit. Madison?
Thank you, Brandon. Well, there is heightened concern as the number of coronavirus cases increases. Yesterday, Kentucky officials took preparation steps just in case the disease starts spreading through the U.S. This all comes from a CDC of health warning on Tuesday, saying Americans should prepare for a rise in the cases here in the U.S. Krista Frost talked to the Kentucky's health commissioner yesterday about what the state is doing to prepare.
It was just weeks ago Kentucky had a scare. A handful of Center College students quarantined after travels to China.
Have the community know we've had just under 120 people we've monitored who had returned from travel from China.
Thankfully, all those who were monitored turned out to be healthy, but that could change soon.
You're seeing it in the other countries like Italy, South Korea, Iran. And because of that, people are now thinking that, well, this is not just contained to one country.
Today, health professionals at UK hospitals spent the day in meetings creating their plan. Baptist Health told us they hold annual drills to practice receiving a high number of patients. And as for the Lexington Fayette Health Department,
when is the recommendation made for events to be canceled or to be postponed?
They're looking at the big picture, and they're not the only ones.
Tomorrow, I believe you'll hear more from us about an update of, for the public, what it is, how you can best protect yourself, what our plans are in Kentucky if and when we would see it here.
Foundation for Healthy Kentucky says protocols for coronavirus are a lot like the flu, which is how you should treat this: washing your hands and staying home when you're sick.
But I'd tell the people of Kentucky that we are absolutely on top of this.
In Lexington, Krista Frost, WYMT Mountain News.
And so far, the coronavirus is not making a big impact on the U.S., but for adoptive parents, it's taking a massive toll. Bethany Thompson, a teacher in Pikeville, adopted 2 children from China. During the adoption process, she met several families who were also adopting from China. One of those families from Colorado was set to go pick up their little girl on March 6th, but their adoption is in a holding pattern.
On top of the normal weight that you have, she now has these unanswered questions about when she will get to go.
The adoption process is lengthy, and the family has been waiting for almost a year for their baby girl. And investigators in North Carolina have come back empty-handed after searching a pond for a missing 15-month-old girl from Tennessee. They say the search for Evelyn Boswell was inclusive. The little girl went missing in Sullivan County, Tennessee in December, but her disappearance was only reported last week. The toddler's mother, Megan Boswell, was arrested Tuesday, charged with 1 count of giving false reports to investigators. And the medical examiner says the body found at a storage facility in Madison County is Sheena Baxter. Baxter disappeared on Valentine's Day. Her ex-boyfriend Joseph Hicks is charged with her murder. Investigators found Baxter's body on Tuesday at a storage facility down the road from Hicks's home. A grand jury indicted him on murder and robbery charges. He will be in court on Monday. And with Thomas and Jennifer Stacy behind bars facing charges of child abuse for allegedly assaulting their adopted children for several years, the community is still reeling from the news. WYMT's Buddy Forbes spoke to the couple's former employer, who says they never would have expected this.
Representatives from Mountain Comprehensive Care Center say it came as a shock.
There are broken pieces in every aspect of our lives. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
When they learned that Thomas Stacy Jr. and his wife, both of whom worked for the company, are accused of child abuse.
So we had nothing that came to light. There was nothing ever substantiated against either of the Stacys.
With annual deep dives into the Stacys' lives by the company, and Thomas pastoring a church.
You know people, you think you know them.
Kathy Baldridge says the surprising news is hitting the community hard.
It makes me very sad. I take pride in the people that we hire through this agency, and when I find out that allegations have been made, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to get it off of your mind.
Though she says the children in the Stacy home were not placed there through Mountain Comprehensive Care, and she is heartbroken by the news. She worries about the negative impact the pair's indictment could have on the confidence in the foster care system.
I wouldn't want anyone to be discouraged by what happened, because, this is 1 in a million cases. You always hear the bad, you very seldom hear the good.
She says there are still good people working to do good things and give children a good life. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, the church where Stacy was a pastor has since removed his name from its sign, as community members continue to say they are in disbelief that this could have happened in their backyard. And the couple at the center of those accusations will appear in court today. A bond hearing is scheduled for later this morning. A grand jury indicted Thomas and Jennifer Stacy on assault and criminal abuse charges. Thomas is also charged with sexual abuse along with sodomy. The alleged abuse lasted for more than 10 years. And police in Corbin need help in identifying a truck they believe to be connected to a car break-in. Student Samantha Jordan was at the Workout Anytime Gym in Corbin last Tuesday. When she came outside, she found her purse and wristlet had been stolen from her car. Where the window had been busted out, on surveillance, a gray Ford or Chevy truck is seen near the car, and police believe it is involved in the theft.
Going forward, it's just a fear of somebody watching me all the time. Like, they have my license, so they know where I live, and they have my planner now, so they know where I'm at all times.
If you have any possible leads into who broke into that car, call the Corbin Police Department at 606-528-1122.
Forecast this morning looking a little bit on the frosty side there. We're seeing snow still coming down across parts of the area this morning, and cold temperatures are leading to slick roads, especially on some of those secondary roads. So be careful. Take it easy this morning. A lot of school closings and delays, and you can see those on the bottom of your screen and at WYMT.com. Temperatures have not moved a whole lot, anywhere from the mid-20s there in Logan and Wise to about 30 degrees in Middlesboro, Jacksboro, and Ashland this morning. So again, a cold start to the day. You factor in that wind chill. Feels like teens across a big chunk of the area. The out-the-door forecast, snow will continue for a little while this morning, and then we'll start to see temperatures climb and skies start to clear as we head deeper into the day, especially going into the afternoon. Madison?
Thank you, Brandon, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. Here's a look at what's ahead. Coming up, we'll tell you how a teenager in Texas accidentally sent a child to the hospital while taking selfies.